Now then, fellow hermiters and possibly gym rats as well, I just want to talk about the barbells I use when I'm weight training. Believe it or not, I do a little bit of weight training now and again. I haven't done it for a fair old while and I've just been back on it again for the last, I don't know, month or so, something like that, 2 months or so. Typical thing, innit? After Christmas people go weight training and stuff. I spent a bit of money on a ATX Ram bar, and I bought it from the Gym Revolution. I think they're the only place in the UK that sell them. And I bought this bar because I was looking for a quality bar. I didn't want to buy another one like this or like a really cheap chrome job. Yeah, a lot of people look at these and they'll be looking at the Texas Power Bar maybe's and the Rogue bars, B&R bar, and I think this must be near as damn it equivalent. I'm going to take the bar to bits as well. I'm going to take the sleeve off and see what the internals are like, because the guy who sells these has done a quick video showing you the texture of the knurling and stuff, but he hasn't taken the bar to bits, so I fancy doing that to show you what it's like inside. And I'll take my old bar apart so you can see the difference on the internals. I'm not sure, I've not opened this up yet, so I don't know what it's like. I'm guessing it's going to be a lot nicer quality because it spins really smooth and it's just a lovely bar to use. I'm slightly out of breath because I've just finished doing some dipperoos on me folding power rack, so if you want to see anything about these I could do another video, but for today I'm just sticking to the barbells. Okay. Oh. Right, so the two bars we're using here, or two bars I've got, this Strength Shop bar, which is an earlier incarnation of the 2028 bar I think they sell. I got this cheap because it's a second, the knurling's not finished properly. Come on camera, what are you doing? Focus on my hand. So here it runs off smooth. Come on, and then it picks up sharp there. And then it runs off smooth there. Then it picks up sharp there. And then it goes, almost disappears at the end here, so it was a second, so I got it a hell of a lot cheaper than normal. It's been a pretty decent bar, to be honest. The spin is a bit rough, and the bar itself is not perfectly straight. It wasn't straight from new, but it was quite cheap, and the knurling is pretty decent, to be honest, for a cheaper bar. Much better than the chrome coated bars you get. I'm not sure if this is the same as the new ones you can buy at the moment, because this bar's a couple of years old now. But I'd say it's worth considering. I think I got it for less than £100 and they're about £120 when they haven't got knurling faults. And it looks pretty cool. The colours are nice and stuff. And the end cap is just screwed on. That's another bit of a problem with these. The end cap kept coming loose, so I had to take it out and thread lock it. Posher bars like the ATX Ram bar normally have circlips. This has got a circlip in the end, keeping everything together. So in comparison, let's get them together. It's hard to describe knurling, I suppose, but I'll get my hand in. The knurling on this, I can, if I push as hard as I can with my thumb push on that, it starts digging in my thumb and feels like it's going to tear my skin off. If I put my thumb on that, I can push as hard as I like and I can still slide my thumb along it. So I find it really hard to compare knurling when you watch reviews of people talking about knurling on bars. But for me, that's a good way of sort of giving you a feel for it. So if you can go to the gym, put your hand on the bar, put your thumb on it, push down as hard as you can and see if you can slide your thumb along. I literally cannot. I'll just tear my skin off my finger. It feels like it's going to pull my nail off. Whereas this bar, it's that sort of, I can push as hard as I like and I can still slide my thumb along it. So that's how grippy the nail in the bar is on this. Do the thumb test. I think it gives you a good indication of what's going on. Looks like it's got brass bushings. The sleeve's really nicely machined. As I said, it's got circlips on the end, which is a better way of holding it because they don't come loose or anything. The bar's impeccably straight, and it does have single marks here. Some have two. I can't remember what that's all about, but I use that. I always work inside of that for bench, deadlift, and squat. I think my little finger's just on it. Maybe it's a little bit in. I try and narrow my grip as much as I can, but it hurts my shoulders a bit. My flexibility is crap. And one thing the guy doesn't mention that sells this bar, the Gym Revolution video, is the centre knurling is smoother. Come on camera, focus. Yeah, the centre knurling's smoother than the rest of the bar, so I can actually slide my thumb along that. It's not as aggressive. So if you're doing squats and you like to go, maybe he's topless, I don't know. Some people do. I know I wouldn't, because I'd scare everyone out of the gym. But if you've got a t-shirt on, sometimes your t-shirt falls down and the knurling grips your neck. It can get a bit painful, or you can tear skin and stuff like that. And I think there's another. It's for what's it called? I think it's for power cleans and stuff. So when it's on your throat, it doesn't tear the front of your chest and stuff. So that's smoothed out, and he hasn't mentioned that. So that's probably a good thing, because I never grip that. Just I thought it would be against the back of my neck and stuff when I'm doing squats. So that's that. I'll put some plates on the end of the bars, and I'll show you the how straight and true the bars are, because when you spin them, you can see this cheaper one sort of flapping around. This one's just perfectly dead straight true. It's lovely quality, and it's probably the cheapest you can get in the UK, I would say, without a Texas or Rogue bar. So far so good. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll spin the sleeves as well, because everyone always spins sleeves, don't they? So cheap bar. Here we go, have a listen. Put it up against that. You can hear the internals, and you can see it sort of moving up and down. There's a bit of play in that. I've never dropped it. It's just the way it is. It's just got like a fairly loose bearing in there when I took it apart. The bearing doesn't seem brilliant quality, but it's alright. I think for the money it's not too bad. And then the posh bar. See if I can spin it back over it. It's just silent. It spins for a hell of a long time, and it spins perfectly straight. I'll do it again. I know some people want loads of spin, some people don't want much spin. It depends what you're using it for, but for me it's just nice and smooth in use. It doesn't catch you out or anything. So thumbs up there as well. I'll put some plates on and show you how straight the bars are. Just a quick one as well. That's all this fur in here is from the ATX Ram bar. That's how aggressive the knurling is. But my hands don't suffer too bad of it. I quite like having aggressive knurling, so if you've got soft hands, wear gloves or whatever, but it's great for grip. But this is what it does to nylon inserts on squat racks and stuff. Right, I tried to do the weight plate thing, but I forgot the cheaper bar won't even spin. It's that stiff. So you have to, like, I don't know, all I'm going to do is roll it along my rack here and you'll see the difference. So cheaper strength shot bar, just give it a roll. See how it's catching itself and then rolling on. If you get the ATX Ram bar, just rolls along perfectly. Barely have to touch it and it just rolls. If you spin it really quick, the sleeves keep spinning when you stop it. It shows you how smooth the sleeves are. You can barely hear them. Bang on. Right, I'll take it a bit and we'll have a look inside. Right, so this is how the cheaper bar works. You need some circlip pliers or something similar just to get in the end there, and you can loosen it off. These just keep loosening all the time. I put a bit of thread lock on them once and it held it for a while, but then it seized up and I need to take it a bit to strip it, so I stripped it. Take this cap off here, slide the sleeve forward, and then you've got, that's the bushing at the end. It's just like a collet of steel, and then I think the sleeve should just slide off, and that's it. That's the internal of the bar. Obviously the bar just continues. You've got that catch for the bit, what they call a bearing or a bushing, that thing there. And then inside, if you can see, it's got like a needle bearing, but that's quite bitty basic and a bit rough. It doesn't sit really sturdy in the interior. It's got a circlip holding it there as well. But that's all there is to that bar, so I'm interested to see what's in the other bar. So put this back together. Oh yeah, there's an aluminium sleeve in there as well for it to roll on. That's sat inside as well. Oops, sorry, I don't know if you saw that. Aluminium sleeve just there. And then you just got that bushing. And then that sits against the bushing. And then your end cap screws in, keeps it all together. So that's how the inside of a cheaper bar seems to work. I don't know if all bars are like that. Some are bearing, We'll see what the other one looks like. Whoa, get on you, beauty. I have tightened that up a lot tighter in the past, but it still comes undone. That's how it works, it still spins. I greased it up, that's why my hands are all greasy. I've greased it before to stop it seizing up and stuff. Go on to the other bar. Right, here we go. Probably going to invalidate my warranty because I've not had this bar that long. I've had it about 6 months. Not even that actually. Get that circlip out. Oh, tasty. I wonder what that cap's doing. Right, I'll come back to you. I have to figure out how I get that out. Right, so I figured out off camera how to get this little cap out. Bit of compressed air. It'll squirt like that. Comes out. And then I've had a bit of a fight with a circlip in here. There's another circlip. Got some other pliers, hopefully. Right, so the second circlip was really hard to get out. I had to get 2 hands on it and get the camera out of the way, but there's another circlip in there. Pop that one out. And we'll slide the sleeve off, have a look what's inside. If it'll come off. Oh, that way, right. Right, so it's a similar arrangement to the end of the other one. Things look a bit tidier though. All them spaces are nicely machined. The other one was a little bit rough. Nice. Looks like in there there's a brass, big brass bushing, which is good. Better than a bearing end, I would say. It's just for longevity because they just last forever. Inside of there's really nicely machined. It's not rough at all. You can see the difference in quality like between this and this is like a 280 quid bar versus a 100 quid bar, I suppose. That's what I should put as a title. It's brass at the other end as well. There's no bearings in there. That brass bushing in this end. I don't know if you can see. There's a lip. So you've got one bushing there, and then there's another one seated even further in. So it's about twice the depth of that bushing. So there's tons of contact area on the bar. So if you're doing really heavy stuff, I don't think it'll cause any trouble. It looks like it's made what I imagine what the Texas bar would be like. Because I've seen videos of people talking about that, and it's just brass bushings all the way through. And the bar's just as you'd expect underneath, I suppose. Nice and smooth, well machined, well finished, spot on. Looks like ATX Ram bars are not a bad choice if you've got 270 quid to spend on a bar. I can't think of an alternative in the UK. Everything's put together nice. It's well made, spins well. Fairly easy to get apart from that other circlip. And I will say the lad who sells them at the Gym Revolution, I forgot his name now, I think it's Matt. He was really good with me service-wise. I was asking him all sorts of questions before I bought it because it was a lot of money for me to spend on a bar. So I'd recommend buying it from him as well. He's spot on. I don't get paid from him or anything, but if he's watching and he wants to throw me a few quid, then by all means do. But otherwise, go and buy yourself a bar, an ATX Ram bar, good bit of kit. Cheerio.